Hey, back at ya. It's your girl Nicole, Dominique, and I am here to discuss Sugar Crystals by Violet Voss. I was so excited to find this palette and we are going to review it. We're going to swatch it, we're going to put it on my eyes and build some eye looks, and I'm so glad that you're here to check it out. So the first thing is the packaging arrived in a cardboard box. And this is 18 shadows. It's a rainbow palette. It's 32.4 grams. Each individual pot is 1.14. Particular palette was distributed by Violet Voss in California, but I could not find anywhere online where it was manufactured. It is free of sulfates, SLS, SLES, parabens, and phthalates. However, two colors in the palette are not considered to be safe and approved for the eye area in US, Canada, and Brazil, and that would be bubblegum and jelly bean. You open your package, you'll notice there's another box inside the box. Notice the thin profile. It's not the thinnest I own, but it's certainly very nice. Protective plastic, and bam. Now, something I appreciate about this particular palette is that it has columns which create a color story, and of course it has rows. So if you're not feeling really creative or you get lost when you've got a large palette, this is great because you can complete a full eye look using simply one of the columns, or you can simply one off, meaning if you use the bright here, you could use the middle tone here and the light tone there, and doing diagonal either way is going to look fantastic. You can do straight down. So if you're one of those people like me, sometimes if you're really tired in the morning, you just don't feel that creative, well, this is going to take care of that situation for you. So we have a top row of close to neons. They aren't quite neon, but they're pretty close. Then we have a middle shimmer layer and an incredibly iridescent dual chrome layer at the bottom. I think that this bottom layer could 100% be used as inner corner, or you could even do cheek highlight, or you could do both if you're trying to tie in your look. You could certainly do a beautiful rainbow, and what I like about this is it is a rainbow palette, but it's not so rainbow that you have kind of crossed over into clownland. You know what I mean. So if you've never joined me before, I am 49 in several months, so I've got a couple little crepey lines, I've got some wrinkles, that's just what it is. I have really, really large pores. I have combination skin, oily in the T-zone, dry around the edges. I have uneven skin tone, uneven skin texture, facial scarring, and eczema as a final gift. Now, the one thing I do find kind of interesting is I feel like the mirror on this is not as big as it should be. While this kind of little situation does carry the look of the palette, I would have rather just had a square mirror that covered the whole area. I do appreciate that each of the shades has the name of it on the front, so I don't have to flip over on the back just as an influencer. It's kind of fun to be able to read directly what I am doing. Now we are going to start swatching, and if you haven't been with me before, I have completely covered skin, so this is going to take a minute because I don't have a lot of skin to swatch on. Bubblegum, strawberry, cotton candy. Bubblegum, strawberry, cotton candy. So in that particular row, the bubblegum, the strawberry, the cotton candy, I did get some skin staining from the bubblegum tone. Pearberry, orange cream, sherbet. Pearberry, orange cream, sherbet. So the orange cream tone is actually a dual chroma yellow and orange. I really think that is beautiful. I'm excited to try that. Banana, lemon drop, buttercream. Now the buttercream and the lemon drop are really, really close in tone, so I'm interested to see how those work out. Here we've got banana, lemon drop, and buttercream. I feel like in this particular color story, the buttercream is actually a little more opaque, and I feel like the lemon drop is a little more sheer. Mint Choco, Pistachio, and Limeade. And I would say the Mint Choco is kind of like a green seafoam color. The pistachio, to me, actually looks very much like ice cream. And the Limeade, it kind of reminds me of a margarita. So right out of the pan, we have Mint Choco, Pistachio, and Limeade. And I noticed that the Mint Choco does not have a lot of vibrance, so I'm gonna, Mint Choco, Pistachio, Limeade. So this one doesn't pop as much, and I should let you know that my skin does not have any primer. I did not moisturize. This is straight skin and how it would appear if you had not prepped your canvas at all. I am surprised in that particular color story that the Limeade is very, very opaque, and that the Mint Choco is quite translucent. Blue Raz, Sweet and Sour, and Sugar Crystals. And the Blue Raz, quite opaque. And the Sugar Crystals really is a dual chrome shimmer, and it isn't quite blue, it's closer to like lavender, in my opinion. It's kind of like Aurora Borealis. Oh yeah, we got a lot of color pop right there. So that's Blue Raz, Sweet and Sour, Sugar Crystals, and of course Sugar Crystals is the namesake of this particular palette, so I'm really excited to play with that. And very nice, very nice. We have Jelly Bean, Jelly Bean, Grape, and Lollipop. Jelly Bean, Grape, and Lollipop. I am so excited to play with this palette. This is my second Violet Voss palette, and I have the Violet Voss Coral Crush palette, which I love. Is right now, bar none, my favorite palette on my makeup table. So I'm hoping that I will like this equally as well. As far as my Coral Crush palette goes, I found those extremely blendable, very wearable, and that's one of the things I like about this rainbow palette is I really feel like the tones in this palette are so wearable, especially if you're a little more conservative in your eyeshadow, but you kind of want to get out of your box, but you don't want to be so far out of your box that you feel like it really is just too far for your comfort zone. So I'm prepped with my canvas and my eyebrows are done. I have foundation and powder on. I am going to dive right in and we are going to build a fun look. So difficult to choose. All right, so I'm going to go into my crease with Jelly Bean. Oh, I love this color already. So I'm going to go with my inner lid in orange cream. The shadows are highly blendable, they're buildable. So I'm going to go back with some grape on the outer corner. I found the grape slightly more translucent, but still very pretty. I'm just throwing a little bit of Lollipop. Which is an extremely pretty iridescent purpley blue. I would call it dragonfly wing if it were me. So one of the things I noticed right away is that the bright colors do not act patchy the way a true neon does, so that's a benefit. I'm just building up the grape on my outer corner. Going back in with Jelly Bean on the waterline. And I'm overlaying a little bit of blue raz mixed with Jelly Bean. Oh, but my goodness, do those blend together well. And I'm using a little bit of sherbet on my inner corner. So back again, and for this look I did pop on shimmer coming from the palette because I wanted a coordinated look. I used a little bit of Lollipop and I think that's just lovely. Now my lip color is CoverGirl Melting Pot Vinyl Vow in 240 Lucky, which I thought coordinated well with the eye look. So I'm really happy with this palette. I think it's lovely. I am excited to try out different color combinations. If I had neglected to mention it before, it's $42. This is not a sponsored video. I bought these products with my own money at Sephora. It came out in February, so I am late to the party as usual, but I really like this palette. I think this palette is versatile. I think it's beautiful. I really like the colors. I think it's extremely buildable, and to me it's just a lovely look that I am going to have tons of fun playing with because it is fantastic. Now I found out that this palette is packaged in California, and it's distributed of course by Violet Voss, but I could not find anywhere where the palette was manufactured. And as I mentioned, 2 colors have ingredients that have not been approved for use near the eye area, bubblegum and Jelly Bean. Now, that doesn't particularly worry me, but I think you should know about it. So my overall opinion of Sugar Crystals, 2 thumbs up. I liked it. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Help a girl out. I will see you next time. I have a whole bunch of new products that I'm going to be testing, and I am excited to share the results with you. Have a fantastically beautiful day. Ciao.